The thing that I'm concerned about and the thing that's of interest to me is how we as human beings in general and how we as Americans specifically treat each other. We're all, 320 million of us, I think, now in this country, and we're basically stuck with each other. We're not going anywhere, So, and there should be space enough for all. There should be resources enough for all. The question is, how are we going to, fashion it so that we all, live together in the greatest degree of peace and security? That to me is the great question. So I write a lot about human rights because that's of paramount interest to me. As American consumers, we have power that we don't dream of, but the fact of the matter is that it is in the best interest of corporations to keep us quiet and complacent. Go shopping. And again, when I say this, I don't mean to impugn the motives of any given corporation, but it's interesting to me that so many of our, like the RED campaign that Bono is doing, if you're concerned about, and I think that's to deal with conditions internationally or whatever, if you're concerned about the poor, if you're concerned about this, go shopping, buy this product, and 15% of the proceeds will go to X. And again, I'm sure that's very good, and that the good money is going where it's needed, but that's not protest. This whole idea of go shopping and help a poor kid. Well, I was going to shop anyway, so instead of buying brand X, I'll buy brand Y, and I can check off activism on my list. That's not it. That's only slightly less lazy than doing a hashtag and believing you've resolved everything. These are good things to do. Don't get me wrong. These are good things to do. But there's a whole lot of other stuff that you should be and could be doing. I'm a big believer in outreach. I'm a big believer in sort of giving people a forum or forums to sort of reach across and to come together. So I think that there'd be some value in that, but I think that out of that has to come some sort of action plan. So in other words, students would need to be able to talk and to discuss and to go over whatever it is that they're fearing or whatever it is that they're experiencing, but then also be able to figure out, okay, out of this is what we're going to recommend. This is what we're going to press the administration. If you are afraid of criticism, and of self-criticism for that matter, then you're not going to get any better. I remember Al Franken, the senator now, but he was a humorist and author in the period that I'm thinking of. He wrote something to the effect that conservatives think that if you criticize America, you don't love America. And he said the difference is, they have a relationship, many of them have a relationship that like a child to its mommy. I love you and everything that you do is perfect. And the relationship that he says that he envisioned being better is between two adults. Not child looking up to mommy, but, between two adults. Hey, I love you, but you're screwing up and this, that, and the other. And frankly, it's the people who love you the most who will pull your coattail and tell you when you're screwing up. People who don't care about you are not going to really tell you, hey, you're screwed, because they don't care. Go screw up, go wreck the car with it. But the people who love you will pull you aside and say, hey, you know what? That's not. You're better than that. So that's the kind of critiquing and criticism that I believe in, and that's the kind of critiquing and criticism I believe, ultimately, makes for a better nation. The thing that makes me proud is when people come back and say, I didn't agree with you, but you made me think. Or I didn't agree with you, but you changed my mind, or you made a good point. That is more important to me and more valuable to me than the people who just say, oh, I agree with you, or I agree with everything that you say. I mean, I value those people, I appreciate it, but I tell them I don't agree with everything I say. Because you look at stuff and opinions change, and you say, okay, well, I should have said that differently, or I no longer believe X, Y, or Z, or whatever. But what really is, gratifying to me is the people who come back and say, you made a difference in how I see the world. You've really changed how I see the world. That's gold.